Tell me, do you watch my reactions? You will.
So you guys sent me this article by ScreenRant.com. Zack Snyder just proved DC needs him 6 years after Justice League. Yes, DC needs Zack Snyder, man. Despite the end of the DCU ahead of James Gunn's new DC universe, DC movies could still use Zack Snyder's divisive yet engaging vision. DC still needs Zack Snyder 6 years after Justice League, and Blue Beetle proves it. After directing Watchmen, Zack Snyder returned to the world of DC Comics adaptations with The Man of Steel. Zack Snyder would then direct Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and Justice League. The latter of which was completed by Josh Whedon after Snyder had stepped down from the film. Zack Snyder's Justice League: The Snyder Cut seemingly concluded Snyder's run in DC, but the filmmaker's impact on the DC universe remains. That is facts. Calls for Warner Bros. To restore #restore the Snyderverse, as in continue the 5 movie arc original plan by Zack Snyder have continued since the Snyder Cut was released. While Zack Snyder's Justice League worked as a fitting conclusion for Henry Cavill's Superman journey, the movie was not designed to be the end of the story. Still, Snyder has not been involved with any DC projects since the Snyder Cut. However, Snyder's latest tweet about the Blue Beetle movie shows that the divisive director still impacts the DC universe. Zack Snyder recently tweeted about Blue Beetle, the upcoming DC movie starring Zolo and Jamie Ray. As seen in the below tweet, Snyder shared a Blue Beetle poster saying that he plans to watch the film with his family and highlighting that representation in blockbuster movies matter. Zack Snyder's Blue Beetle tweet has over 10.4 million views as of the writing of this article, which last time I looked at had about 13 million. Which is impressive considering the fact that James Gunn's own tweet about Blue Beetle only got 1.5 million views. Apart from a recent charity event in which Snyder screened his DC films, the director had distanced himself from the franchise. So pretty much Zack Snyder said, looking forward to taking my kids to see Blue Beetle. Now, why would Zack do that? Even though WB and them has trashed him so bad, because he's a good dude at heart. I've seen so many interviews with Zack Snyder, man. He's just a very humble and down to earth dude, man. And that's why actors love working with him. That's why the actors will come back and do. That's why I truly believe the actors will come back and work with him to finish his vision. Snyder's Blue Beetle tweet is even more important considering the relative lack of marketing for the film. The lack of a stronger Blue Beetle marketing campaign has even led to a fan campaign, the Blue Beetle Battalion, in which DC fans are creating their own pieces of promotional material for the film. Blue Beetle is a lesser known character compared to the Justice League heroes, which sets a challenge for its box office run after the Flash bomb. Why bringing Zack Snyder back for the DCU could work? Not only has the Snyderverse been concluded with Zack Snyder's Justice League, but the DCU as a whole will be rebooted with Superman Legacy, which honestly nobody's looking forward to. James Gunn's DC Studios is crafting a new DC universe, one that already has different versions of heroes like Superman and Batman. Therefore, the only way the Snyderverse could possibly continue would be through Elseworld projects such as Joker, Batman Part Two. Even if that does happen, even if that does not happen, other collaborations between Snyder and DC for the new DC universe could work. This could perhaps involve characters Snyder never tackled in the DCU, allowing him to dive into new genres. Tell you right now, fans don't want to see anything. Fans support Zack Snyder, but I'll tell you, us fans want to see him finish his vision. We don't want to see Zack go and take on other DC characters when he hasn't even finished the characters that he started first. Uh, start listening to the fans. I'm trying to tell y'all. A Zack Snyder movie set in the new DC universe will be a massive news for the franchise. Snyder's Blue Beetle tweet is just one example of how much engagement and discourse the director can spark. Zack Snyder's DC movies all led to a strong reaction from both those who enjoyed his take on the DC universe and those who did not. Therefore, a new Snyder DC film would have significant box office potential, especially considering how unlikely it is to happen. Something like Zack Snyder's The Authority would be both surprising and promising, and it would bring the director back into the world of DC adaptations more. That is the article. So I saw the Zack Snyder tweet, like I said. His engagement, it had like 13 point million, or it was like 13.3 million last time I saw him. They was comparing that to Gunn's tweets. Gunn didn't get no type of exposure like Zack did. you just got to start listening to the fans. It's really that simple. It's really that simple, man. It is really that simple. I know this article talked about Zack Snyder making come he could come back and do some other DC heroes and movies. But I tell you, man, us fans, yes, we would support Zack with if that was to happen. But we want to see Zack finish his vision with Batman, Superman, and all these other characters. We don't want to see him come on and take on the Authority and other movies like that. We want to see Zack continue his vision, finish his vision. Um, it's just with the way they did Cavill, man, and just Ben Affleck, all these box office bombs. And you know what's crazy about this whole thing? They thought Black Adam was a box office bomb. Black Adam actually made a little bit of profit. All these other movies are not making profit at all. And that's what happens. That's what happens when you stop listening to the fans. Because like I said in previous videos, man, at the end of the day, the fans are in control because it's our pockets that are lining these companies up. And if the companies aren't listening, if they're not, I don't even know how to put it, but if they're not even considering the fans' takes on stuff, well, things are gonna happen like they're happening now. Major box office bombs. Nobody supporting the films. And like I said in the video I did before with Zack Snyder, I don't wish bad upon James Gunn. I don't wish that his movies fail. None of that. Me personally, I'd like to see other people succeed. I don't wish him to fail. But I'll tell you this: with the way the fans are, with the way everything is going, I don't see Superman Legacy doing good. I don't see Blue Beetle doing good. I don't see half these movies doing good. If you just do an extensive research on the internet, Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media network you want to do, you go and just look at most of it. There's some fans that support Blue Beetle and all the in James Gunn's universe. But if you look at the majority of people, a lot of people are not supporting it. And I'll tell you this, one of the biggest reasons why people are not supporting this is because of the way they did Henry Cavill, the way they did Zack Snyder. So I don't know, man. Me personally, I just don't think these movies are gonna do good. I really believe if they brought Zack back or if they sold the the rights so Zack could finish his vision, and I think if they did that and then James Gunn still did his universe, whatever, I think they would see more profits. But I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't unless something happens with Zack and he gets to finish his vision, I just don't really see much happening. Unless Warner Bros. Ends up selling DC to another studio. Because it's just been too much that's gone on over the years, and fans are just they're at the end of it, man. That's the lightest way I can put it. The fans are at the end of it with the constant reboots, the way they treat actors, all these other different things, man. It's sad, bro, because they really thought Black Adam bombed, and Black Adam made a profit, and they haven't made any other movies that had profit besides Barbie that just came out. Um, and you know what's crazy is Marvel. Marvel's first five films. I don't even think they made profit, but they continued the course because they saw the bigger vision. And sadly, Zack Snyder's first five movies all profited. They just didn't profit the way Warner Bros. Wanted. They got greedy, and then they decided to do all this, and now it's backfiring. Which they should have stuck it out through the process because they would have been $1 billion movies would have been coming besides Aquaman and Wonder Woman. So I just can you imagine a solo Batman film going against Deathstroke, which never been done? Bro, $1 billion easy. It just makes me mad thinking about it. I can rant about this all day. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there, man. Post y'all comments down below. Let me know what y'all thought. If you enjoyed my reaction, make sure you hit that like, drop that sub, turn on them noties, because we doing videos daily. I'll catch y'all in the next one, man. 100,000 subscribers is grind time. Let's get it.